Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had to go make some coffee before I got started here. Very important. Whew. Let's see here. It has been a while since we last did a thing. I think our last stream was, a couple weeks ago? So I may have kind of forgotten what the heck we were even doing. Fairly standard, but obviously some changes have been made. We'll see how it goes. So I guess without further ado, proper introduction here. Hello everyone, welcome back to Playdate Game Development Shenanigans. This week we're picking up wherever we left off. I think it was stuff to do with Cuddle, I think. We'll see how that goes. Couple of big changes. I've moved. Wasn't able to stream last week because the internet wasn't ready at the time. Lovely. Now it is. So, hence why we're streaming now. Also, I'm in my new office inside the apartment, so that'll be fun. Much more split area, so we'll hopefully see less commotion and a lot of other things going on that front. Yeah, those are just kind of the big major changes here. Obviously, I have forgotten what the heck we were even doing, so I don't even remember what offline. Well, okay, I kind of remember one offline change that I made, but I don't think it was too major. So we'll just kind of have to dive back in and see what we're looking at. Yeah. Also, don't mind me, my OBS screen is over here, so I may not be looking at the camera all the time. So let's dive right in and just hope I remember what the heck I'm doing. So, I was last working on stuff in here, I believe. Let me actually check to see what our task here contains. Okay. Shush, I don't care about the AI stuff. 21 days ago. Determined that by adding it to a traditional C library, it will automatically detect. Ah! Yes, okay. We figured out the compilation problems with Cuddle here. So it turns out I just needed to add the files the same way you would a regular C library thing, and then in the Swift flags, I just needed to provide the library path to Cuddle there, so that way outside of the Swift package manager, it gets recognized. And the proof of that would be if we were to switch over here to our Ubuntu box. I forgot that I didn't switch over. Yeah, I was just highlighting here, followed by right here. Those were the only changes that I needed to make to get it to compile outside of SPM. So let's just see if I can remember. I think we just did make simulator. If I can spell. Oh, first let's do a clean, because when I imported this install, I forgot that it didn't carry over the changes that I thought it did. Because I had upgraded the storage on my Surface, and I had to reinstall Windows, and that was the whole thing. Make simulator. Just let it do its thing real quick. Now, I'll still throw some warnings. Nothing unusual here. No such module Cuddle. What? That should not be right. Did we forget to do something? I think we might have forgotten to do something. What if I just did make instead of make simulator? Oh, okay. I have to do make first. Then it builds the C libraries, which then Swift relies on. Okay, well that's an interesting note. Forgot about that. What? That's a little odd. I may be missing a module alias somewhere. Again, I had to reset this, so there may be some things that are not quite picking up. I need to check the Git history here. So let's just bring this up real quick. That's not us. This is us. But we did right there. So why are you now freaking out about it? Okay. It was working before, now it's not. Love it. There's probably like a module alias or something that I forgot. If I were to hazard a guess. So if I were to do make in here, do we have anything for cuddle specifically? No? No such module. Do I need to build the Swift package first? I'm 2 weeks out of commission and I've already forgotten everything. Par for the course. That's fine. No such module cuddle. There's got to be some weird module alias that I'm forgetting about. Because I could have sworn that this was working before. Let's look at recent commits here. Oh, 3 weeks ago. Attempt to add ccuddle. Interesting. Let's take a look back here. Yeah, I feel like maybe there's something missing in here. I just don't know what though. Module alias. Do this real quick. Cuddle is ccuddle? No. No such module cuddle. Checking, are we actually passing in the flags here? Yeah, module alias cuddle is this. Try again. Nope. You were doing so good. So good before. Okay, so it worked and then it just stopped working. Ah! What if I were to just, figured as much. Let's put you back on the easel. Thank you. There's got to be something that I'm missing here that I'm forgetting about. No such module. Cuddle. This is embarrassing. Just checking here. Is there anything that we might have missed while we were doing this? Exclude src util stock bindings test. No, nothing too insane here. Okay. Open up this make file just to be sure. Do I need to like... Maybe? No. Do this as well, just to be sure. Trippy. Oh, build package resolve device, no such module. Cuddle. how did we do that? There's some sort of weird build error. Again. I don't remember doing anything about it. Remember, we just had to worry about this. I mean, I could try adding that other one as well. Build sources cuddle. See if this helps, but I don't think it needs to. No. Oh, okay. I was wondering what that was about. Yet you don't want to work. Fine, let's just... Maybe it needs a successful compilation first. Oh. Okay. Now how about we uncomment this out. And then do the same thing. No. Still being very picky about it. Yeah, we're including those. We're including these. What did I do that made this work before? This calls for extreme debugging measures. Okay, here we go. Let's plug in the old Windows drive and see if that surfaces anything. Ha ha ha. That was a terrible joke. I mean, surely not, though, because of the way that we did this. Getting a Windows, can't believe. Yeah. The trick is, I'm not actually using Windows for this. I'm using WSL. So it's basically just Linux inside of Windows here. And that's how I'm getting around doing it. Oh, brother. Maybe it stores the stuff somewhere. App data local? I'm not seeing it in here. Smogo, no. Ronin? Oh, brother, I don't know where the old stuff's stored. That's not great. Windows image had broken winget. Ooh, lovely. Love it when that happens. Okay, so it looks like it is out of the question that trying to see if my old SSD had any changes on it is not proving useful. So we're just gonna have to go back to the drawing board here. Okay, let's see why we're not getting this library loaded correctly. Do we have a default preset that lets me? No. Okay. Swift side warning is unusually free. The C library does not want to work with Makefile if you want to help figure out what's going on here. It was working 3 weeks ago and now it's not. I somehow managed to break it again. I guess this is what happens when you don't touch things for 3 weeks. It just magically breaks on its own. Oof. Okay. So we know that these are being included by the Playdate and being compiled by the Playdate, so they're ready before the Swift library needs them. Okay, so for just so everybody's aware of what exactly is going on here, because may have forgotten a thing or two. So let's just open up a new tab so I can just show you this. Just pick a random file in here. Cuddle. And I don't know. We'll just show this README. Right, so if we were to go to, oh, you know, that would probably be a more important thing to show. Package.swift. Right, so here we have ccuddle, which I've known works with the Playdate. You just have to change a couple of things, but it works. In the Swift package, it can detect it and pick it up just fine. Where we left off the last time, it wasn't working because while it was picking up in the Swift package, our Makefile here was just freaking out. It's like, what? What are you doing? Yet, when I did this, before I was set to stream on like June 8th or whatever, I somehow figured that doing this, followed by adding the flag here, was all I needed to do. Obviously, that's not the case now. So I must have entered some weird state where before it worked and now it doesn't. Which I find a little weird. So it's just this weird hokey pokey dance now. Okay, we know the Swift build works. Now the question is, despite the fact that the source files are available, why is Swift still freaking out that it doesn't exist when it clearly does? That is our real question. All right, because if I were to do build, you can see here that we do have at least like some of the listings and the compiled files over here. LL build, I think it's under sources, followed by that. All right, I gotta do src to be fancy. Can help doing it over voice. I don't know how that works because of the way that the fact that I'm live streaming and it's a little weird. You could try that though. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pause this stream for now and see if we can figure it out that way. So give me a moment. Break card and... we figured it out. So remember how I was saying that I had to reset some of the WSL stuff here because it did a Windows install? Well, it turns out in the process, I also had discovered that a very important module map file, which is responsible for telling the system, hey, this is where the Cuttle module is, was missing. The reason why it works in the Swift Package Manager is because it makes this on its own. And it tells like Swift, hey, here's where everything is. But because we also need to do this inside of make needs to know, okay, where is this module? And this file is responsible for it. Now, this worked before because I wrote this file myself about a month ago. But because for some reason this WSL instance is set back far before we even did any of the Cuttle stuff, apparently those changes were never committed. And one weird file and one weird git ignore in here is specifically ignoring that specific module map file, and I don't know exactly where or why that is. So I'm gonna have to figure that offline to figure out where that went. But suffice to say, if we were to run make now, we can see here that it's now working correctly. And if we were to run the Playdate simulator, what am I doing? Playdate simulator, there we go. Build package resolve PDX. We should be seeing the Playdate simulator pop open and things are working as normal. If I were to go to the console, you can see our hello world prints, which verifies in this case that we are actually invoking this specific Cuttle method. We're good now. We're good now. That was by far the strangest thing, which surprisingly I didn't catch the first time because of the, like, again, this WSL instance seems to be way out of date. I don't know why that is. Maybe I forgot to do something when it came to the importing. Maybe there were some changes that Windows just forgot to commit into the WSL environment when I was doing some of the Cuttle stuff a few weeks ago. But yeah, okay, now we have it working again, which it was supposed to have been working prior to this, but you know, these things happen. And I've made sure the module map file is committed, so if I have to clone again, at least it should do it correctly. So, now that we got that out of the way, now we need to start figuring out how to actually get this to take our config file that we wrote, which I believe we have under source PR config right here. I don't think this is recognizing it as Cuttle, but whatever, that's not the point. So we just need to get it to parse this. That's all we need. So I'm thinking we're just probably going to have to go through the parser motions here and actually create the structure ourselves, which is fairly straightforward, I think. So let's go ahead and do that. E sources, Cuttle, no, not Cuttle, package resolved configuration, I'll just call it. No, we're not going to need foundation for this. We'll need Playdate kit and Cuttle though. Import Cuttle. Also noticing that it seems the source kit LSP isn't quite kicking in yet. Whatever, that's not important. Let's first, let's create the structure for, what is it here? The level itself. Yeah, struct level. Switch back real quick. Yeah, so packages. Var packages int followed by var time int. We can always rename that later. And then struct game configuration var levels level. Great. Let's just commit that to memory here. And then we're just going to need to write a parser for this, right? So game configuration parser. Am I writing Kotlin here? So here we're going to need to do the func parse or something, which will return a game configuration. In this case, we'll also need to make sure that we throw here. And I think this version we actually need to specify the type for this. So enum parser error. And then I'll just define a case here, case invalid header. Parser error. Okay, there we go. I'm going to also put in a case unimplemented here. So we can just say throw unimplement. There. Never mind. Okay, so now the LSP is kicking in. Cool. All right. I'm just going to run make real quick just to verify that this will build. I mean, it should. Cool. So this is where we're going to have to start reading the documentation for things. Sir, let's bring up CCuddle. Every time I search for this, I get everything except the library I'm looking for. Lovely. Okay. So, libcuddle, this is what we actually need to work with here. So if we were to create a parser here, parser objects, so we can create a stream or we can create a string parser, which we'll probably want to do. The question is, do we have this information available to us in the version of Playdate kit that we're using? We'll see. Sources, Playdate kit, Playdate file, okay. Read throws cint, seek, write, list files, link, unlink, stat, open. So we get a file handle. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll take a look at this. Init. I guess we'll do a path here. Static string for let path static string. Just so we have it referenced available. Self path is path. Okay. So we know playdate dot file. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, okay. For now, I'm just gonna do this. Try playdate file, open path mode. What are the modes here? File handle. Where are file options in here? I cannot see it. Oh. That's not helpful. I think this is where we're going to have to also review the dev. Let's looky. Inside playdate with C, I think? Yeah. File options. Okay, that's all I need. K-file read data searches the game's data folder. Opens a file in the game PDX. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay. K-file read. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. File. Path. Mode. K-file read. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to just remove you. Let parser equal game configuration parser. Path. Do I need to specify source? Probably. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I think I need to do Swift build before SourceKit gets the idea. Okay, I didn't whine. Build. Ooh. No, you didn't like that. Oh, I am sharing the documentation screen again. Okay, here we go. Playdate file options has no option K-file read. Did we change it to just file read? Maybe? Maybe it's just read. Can you at least tell me? Does autocomplete not work for this project? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Is there something we forgot to do in here? Does it maybe have to do with this? Maybe. Product C Playdate required by package. Product name C Playdate package Playdate kit. Why, are you case sensitive? It wouldn't surprise me. No. Yeah, don't play me. What am I doing? Suddenly I understand why we had this commented out. File an error on... That is really bad. I'll have to remember to do that. I'm just going to copy this. Let's see if I can throw this into the Discord real quick. To do file error about C Playdate failing to compile. That way I don't forget. No, where's OBS? There's OBS. Playdate Kit has a public product called C Playdate. C Playdate. Yeah, let's do that. The Playdate Kit package.swift. I'm using an old alias that I use on my work machine. Let's see here. Targets. Yeah, that's not in there. Well, that explains it. Yeah, that's a very weird. Okay, well, at least it works here. That's funny. C Playdate targets. C Playdate. Well, at least no one can say that my NeoVim configuration is broken. We managed to verify that. Any error? Playdate file options has no member read. Yeah, we know this. Okay. Now the question is, are you going to tell me what these file options are? File. You know what? It's probably because it is failing that it's not going to even let me. Worst case, I just have to restart NeoVim. Okay. All right. Let's get back to the madness. Okay. Let's see. File. What, do I need to import C Playdate too? That's very suspicious. That is very suspicious. Yeah, Playdate file options says no member agreed. So where are you being defined? Playdate kit. Because it's not Playdate plus file. C Playdate include? C Playdate H? No. Where are these file options being defined? Actually, you know what? Let's just retry this. Neovide. Maybe we just need to restart the package resolved. Okay. E sources package resolved configuration. Okay. Let's see. Are you going to be helpful this time? No. Oh, there it is. File options. File options, type, raw value. Huh. Okay, that's a little. Is it file? No. Bat. Don't do that. File options. Okay, that's spooky. Why? Okay, I guess we can just maybe use the... Let's try looking at this. That might help. Path mode. Playdate file K read. What, do we just need to say file options init? No, that doesn't make sense. Raw value 0. Oh, brother. That's awkward. That is very awkward indeed. Well, at least the compiler's happy. Let's just see if this thing blows up, I guess. Don't I have it? Yeah, I do. Do we have this? No. Oh, this is old. This is old. Okay. Playdate simulator. Build package resolve PDX. Okay. Well, that's cool. Interesting. Didn't blow up. That's cool. Though I don't know why the file options here will not. That is strange. It's probably because I'm using an older version of Playdate Kit or whatever, so it's freaking out. Okay. Well, you know what? let's do this. Sources package resolved. Package resolved dot swift. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Do catch. Also, I am still running an older version of the Swift toolchain. I have yet to actually see whether the new string stuff actually works. Level equal, like config, I guess, equal try parser.parse. Okay, catch Playdate console log. Yeah, strangely enough, the Playdate symbols aren't. Okay, fine. Parsing failed. Ah. Make. Playdate has no member console. Oh, it's just Playdate system log, not system console log. Treating this like it's a .NET project. Oi. Okay. Parsing failed. Ah. That's to be expected. Okay. So at least we're getting somewhere there. So now we go back to the configuration. Case missing header. Guard let handle equal this else yeah, this is right. Throw invalid header. Now, so we have our header. Read up to length bytes from file handle into the buffer. This is going to be fun. And I think what we'll do in here. Oh, shoot. That's something I need to figure out real quick. All right. I'm going to do some quick research here. Typed throws. Okay. Okay, we can do that. What is it here? Throw invalid header? Yeah. Game configuration parser error. Did I really just call it missing header? Ah. Handle. Should be missing handle. Oh, I see. I did this wrong. Missing header. This one is supposed to be... Please, thank you. Oh my goodness. Missing handle. Fine. Okay. Whoa. I'm getting a little too spicy here. Handle. Okay, please. Thank you. Okay, missing handle. Now we can say this. No handle available. And then we can just say catch system log. Something else happened. I forgot to switch over again. Okay, there we go. That should look good now. Okay. Let it rip. What does the console say? No handle available. Okay, well at least we can confirm that. Got that working. Try Playdate file open path. Maybe it's just PR-config instead of source PR-config. Sure, raw value is... That's the other thing I'm thinking too. Something else happened. Okay, yep. It was just a bad path. I just find that strange that you just have to do that. Okay, cool. So we've at least confirmed that at this stage, we have our handle. Now we just need to figure out how to read this to get the information we want before we can then start playing around with it. So we know that we have a public func read, so we can read it. We just pass in the buffer and then the length. 0 indicating end of file. Oh, that's for the return. Okay, never mind. So reads up to length bytes from the file handle into buffer. Okay. So we know then that we have to can I just make a oh, well, I guess it has to be a specific value, huh? All right, because we're going to need to do something along the lines of handle.read. We're going to need to put a buffer into here, and then the length. Buffer, length, some value. Put 99 or something. And we're going to need to do something with this buffer to then tell it, hey, we're going to need to turn this into a cuddle string instead of a C string. Get really fancy with a custom sequence and lazily read from the file. That's true. That is also true. And then we're also going to need to close the file later. So we're going to need to do a... Oh, we also have to do a try on you too. And then a try handle.close later. So So we know that these things are going to have to be done. Now the question is, now obviously we removed it from our old init, so I'm going to switch back to the documentation here, or our easel, so we can see what the original one was. All right, our sources, package resolved.swift. All right, because I know we can create a buffer with this. Let me see if I can make that just a wee bit bigger. There we go, yeah. Right, because I know that we can create our own buffer here. And we can just use the buffer to create our cuddle string just fine. And then from there, we can just create our parser. Problem is, I don't know if I can just make a random pointer and just call it a day. Ooh. The tricky stuff. I guess we could probably... Can we just make our own C string? Unsafe raw... I think it's this one, right? Let's buffer in the file code. So if we were to look here, since I'm still streaming the documentation. How do I get rid of this? Thank you. Buffer here is unsafe mutable raw pointer. So, unsafe mutable raw pointer allocate. Okay, we can do that. Should be able to pass that into call. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking that we're going to have to do something. So let's go back to main. I must have done a terrible job at explaining what we're going to need here. Right, so the idea here is we're going to need to create some buffer of some kind. My buffer or something. Then we need to read the file, close it, and then with unsafe mutable pointer or something, and then inside of here, yeah, hold on, just with unsafe buffer pointer, I'm just going to call it. Then in here, I would just need to say let cuddle string equal cuddle string from C string, and then pass in that buffer or something. Something like this. And then we can just continue the parsing after this point. We just need to get our buffer first, read the file into the buffer, and then use the buffer to create the string. So that's where we need to do things. Get rid of that. Still in insert mode. So I believe we're going to need to do this. Only problem is I don't know how many bytes we're going to need right now to do this. Where is there anything in the mark internal? Oh, we can't access that though. That's an internal pointer. That's not helpful. Okay, so let buffer equal that. But what's our byte count gonna be? Do we have information that'll tell us this? Maybe file stat? Well, what does file stat give me? File stat dot size. Okay. Fine. Let what am I doing? Right. Stats equal try. We'll also include this as well. Case missing file stats equal try Playdate file stat yeah. Looking from the docs here. Stat, okay, yeah. Path, self.path, else, throw, missing file stats. Okay. So then I think we can say here that this is stats dot now, what do I put in for alignment? Okay, I need to look this up. Unsafe, mutable, raw, pointer. I guess maybe just alignment 1. See how that works. Okay, no, we don't need to worry about this. Now, what we do know is that what we can do, as I was reading from the documentation, if I understand this correctly, is go back to read. Okay, now right, yeah, let read count returns the number of bytes read 0 indicating the end of file. Yeah, okay. So then what we need to do is I guess 1 while read count is not equal to 0. We're just going to do try handle read count is that. We just need to make sure this is a C int. Handle.read buffer, and then length. I guess we'll do 8 bytes at a time. see how this works. All right. Let's see that this compiles. Use memory layout cchart instead of 1 to be more correct. Okay. Yeah, also it didn't quite like that. Fine. Yeah, let's do that. xi memory layout c char dot alignment. Now, what was it that you were complaining about over here? Cannot convert value of type uint32 to expected type int. Then we'll just there. Make. Any errors that flew? Error 1, there's another error floating around here. Thrown expression cannot be converted to right. Just gonna do that. Or chain with, right, okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Do that. For now, we'll just not worry about the error. We'll figure that out later to be more proper about it. Okay. Okay, well, I didn't change this to actually better reflect the things here. So we need to do a case missing file stats as well. Catch game configuration parser error dot missing file stats. Playdate system log no file stats available. Yeah, that's the only thing that we're doing there. I think I know what we'll do for that catch case though. Case bad read. It's probably a error thing, but what are you gonna do? Throw bad read. Catch game configuration parser error dot bad read. The system log no something went wrong in read. Okay. Fine. Let's run it again, and then hopefully we'll see what comes. You do not like that. What do you mean? What do you mean there's no bad read? Let's find it right here, you ding dong. Oh, brother. It's always something. Game configuration parser. Parser error has no member bad read. What? Throw dot bad read. Bad read right here. Parser error, right? Game configuration parser. Parser error, bad read. Okay, so what do you think is here? Everything except bad read? Okay, I don't know why you're being stupid. Okay. Now are you going to say bad read exists? Parser error. You gonna work this time? Game configuration parser error has no bad read. But you're right there. Ah. Read file failure. Maybe you just don't like that I called you what I called you. Really? Why did you do that? Oh, brother. Read file failure. Can you put garbage in the parser error type to make sure it's actually getting recompiled? Yeah, that's a good idea. Fool. Has no bad read. Did we forget to change this? We forgot to change this. Fine. Read file failure. Okay. Found an unexpected second identifier in case declaration. Great, you picked that up. Wait, really? Huh, you just didn't like the name Bad Read. Picky. Real picky, okay. So if we're not entering this case, that means that we do have a buffer in here. Or that the buffer's filled and that we're reaching the handle close. Okay, so that's good. Can we do anything with buffer? Here, buffer dot buffer. Okay, you're just being rude. Let cuddle string then equal cuddle string from C string, and then can we just do buffer here? If cuddle string dot length is not equal to 0, I suppose, then we'll just do Playdate system log hello there, just to verify that that part works. Nope, that caused an error. Value of type cuddlester has no member length. Because of course it doesn't. Strings. It's len. But of course, the LSP refuses to tell me that. What? We just... Whatever. Okay. So we are getting a hello there, which means we are getting somewhere. That's good. Okay. So that tells me that this part does work. And then this is where we actually need to do things. Okay. Read file failure. Case. We'll just throw another thing here. Cuddle string empty for now. So we'll just do guard cuddle string dot length is not 0, else throw cuddle string empty. Playdate system log cuddle string is empty. Okay. Something else happened. Okay. So that means that the cuddle string is not empty. So great work, team. We managed to write a file. Or read a file. Now we need to actually just create the parser from this. So if I were to look back into the parser objects, we would just need to... Okay. Now we just need to say let parser equal cuddle create string parser here, cuddle string, and then we just need to pass in a cuddle option. Cuddle parse option raw value, no, cuddle parse option we have. Okay, can we just say cuddle defaults? We can. Okay. Now the question is, what do we have for doing things with it? The ccuddle parser, yeah, we know that. Cuddle parser next event. Okay, great. So here's what we're going to do. Get at, what is that? Okay, that was weird. Yep, okay, great. Git commit, tag S, tag M, create basic parser, git push, what? Oh, you cheeky. You cheeky. One second. No, I didn't mean to put it there. There we go. Okay, great. So that's up. I think this is probably where we're going to end it here for now. Next week we'll pick this back up and actually write the parser. Because this is kind of run on for a little long, and while I'm kind of entering the flow, I don't want this to take too long because I do have some other stuff that I need to take care of today. So let me just make sure that we have this. Oh, we also need to take care of the Playdate kit one. That's right. Let me do that real quick. CD, no, I need to be at the WSL one. Okay, great. Oh, agent PID. Oh, hold up. Maybe SSH keys are. Ah, so the SSH keys are set. Okay, I just never changed the remote on this side. Very strange. Git and package.swift, git commit, tag S, tag M, expose C Playdate, git push. Yeah, I figured. One moment. Now I need to sign in to GitHub. GitHub, GitLab, get everything. Get out of here. Ha 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 ha. That was a terrible pun, I know. Developer settings, personal access token, fine-grained, generate, use my passkey. Okay, cool. 7 days. WSL, temp. Public. Only select repositories. Okay. What do we do? Read write. Actions administration. Workflows, secrets, repository, issues, environments, read write. Let me change this. I don't like it. I think this is all I have to do. I hope. We'll see. Oh, shoot. Didn't mean to expose that. Regenerate. Huzzah. Cool. That worked. Okay, great. And then I'm just gonna delete this token. There, stops jobs. Okay. Okay, now we can finally wrap this all up here. So just to recap here. All right, so we just got to the point where we're now creating a code parser after A, figuring out compilation issues, and B, actually getting to where we're reading the file and then storing it in a buffer. Now, we're at the point where we have to just create we created a parser. Now you have to actually use the parser to parse the information and recreate the structure ourselves. So kind of like doing our own codable thing. Once that's done, then we can just start using that information to just do things. So that's kind of where we're at. So next week we'll probably be doing more of the parser. Hopefully I don't have to reinstall Windows and deal with a whole bunch of nonsense again. But that is the stage that we're at. So with that said, thank you all for tuning in this time. I know it went significantly longer than we usually do, but I figured, hey, since we have the time, we can kind of work with that. If watching me struggle with Swift and Playdate stuff is interesting to you, be sure to subscribe and tune in next time to when I do this again and we continue creating our parser for game configurations. And feel free to like the stream if you liked watching me suffer. And yeah, take care everyone.